Good morning children, welcome back to the online classes once again. Last video we discussed about the national symbols. This video we want to discuss about the national leaders. Who are our national leaders? Our national leaders are Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, Netaji, Subhash Chandra Bose, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Dr. S. Radhakrishnan. Mahatma Gandhi was known as the father of our nation. Mahatma Gandhi was known as called the father of the nation. He was born on which year? 2nd October 1869. His full name was Mohandas Charanchand Gandhi. And also we celebrate the birthday as a Gandhi Jayanti. He was done the many things for our freedom struggle, and he was at last we got the independence under his controls, the non-violence and non-cooperation movement, the freedom movement. India got freedom on 15th August 1947. He was died on, when he was died, the 30th January 1948. When he was died, 30th January 1948. Once again I am telling the Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi was the father of our nation. His full name was Mohandas Charanchand Gandhi. He was born on 2nd October, Porbandar at Gujarat. We celebrate his birthday as Gandhi Jayanti, 2nd October every year. His the main weapon is truth only, and he was called this one Satyagraha also. He was followed principles of non-violence movement and non-cooperation movement also. We got independence under his control 1947, 15th August. And he was died on which year? 1948, 30th January. Next we want to study Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Jawaharlal Nehru was born on 14th November 1889. Earlier it is known as Allahabad in Uttar Pradesh. He was born in Uttar Pradesh only. His full name is known as called Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, 14th November. He was studied law and started the career as a lawyer. He was the lawyer only in the beginning time. He was also joined with the Mahatma Gandhi, and he was also joined the Indian National Congress, and he fought for independence. And he is also known as called the artist of the modern India. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru is known as called the artist of the modern India. He loved children too much. He was loving the children so much. So 14th November is known as called Children's Day. We are every year we are celebrating the 14th November is Children's Day. Children called him with their love the Chacha Nehru. He was also known as the first Prime Minister of the India. Once again I am telling, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru was born on 14th November 1889 at Allahabad in Uttar Pradesh. And also he was also known as the artist of the modern India, and he was joined with Mahatma Gandhi. We got the independence in 1947, and he was the first Prime Minister of the India, and he loved children so much. So we are celebrating as a 14th November as a Children's Day. The children with their love, he was called him Chacha Nehru. Next we want to study about the Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Whom you want to study? Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Subhash Chandra Bose was born on 23rd January 1897 in Qatar. He was the resigned in the Indian civil service to join the Indian freedom movement in 1921. He was the Indian civil service to join. He wanted to get for the freedom for the India. So he was formed. What he was formed? INA. INA. That means Indian National Army. Indian National Army. INA means what is that? Indian National Army. He was inspired many Indians to join the freedom struggle with his call, "Give me blood and I shall give my freedom." He used to solemn Jai Hind. He was always the solemn is the Jai Hind, which is still used to the respect of our country. And he was inspired many Indians. Give me a blood, and I shall give you freedom. He was ready to die for our nation also. So we got the independence in 1947, and he used to solemn. The word is known as called the Jai Hind. Once again, Pandit Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was born on which year? 1897 in January 23rd January in Cuttack. He was only first formed in INA. INA means what is that? Indian National Army. Indian National Army. He is the main inspired to the Indian people. That is that give me blood and I shall give you freedom. He used to the solemn Jai Hind, which is still used as respect of our country. Next, we want to study Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Ambedkar was fondly known as the Baba and Save People of India. He was born on 14 April 1891. He was born in poor family, but he was the person who was wrote our Indian Constitution of the India. Under his leadership only, after independence, we got the independence in 1950. Even though we have no rules and regulations, but Dr. Ambedkar, our country's rule as book as written, that is the book. It is known as the Constitution of the India. It came to an effect in which year it was the Constitution came? In the 26th January 1950. So we are celebrating as a Republic Day also. Since the 26th January celebrated as a Republic Day of every year. Why we are celebrating the Republic? Because the Dr. Ambedkar wrote the books for the rules and regulations. That book it is known as called the Constitution of the India. In which year it was wrote? 26th January 1950. So we are celebrating as a Republic Day. He is also known as called the father of Indian Constitution. Who is known as called the father of the Indian Constitution? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar is known as called the father of the Indian Constitution. He is also first law minister of the independent India. The law minister of the independent India also. Now we want to study Dr. S. Radhakrishnan. The Dr. S. Radhakrishnan was born on 5th September 1888. He was born in Tamil Nadu, and also he was excelled in studies and started his career as a teacher. He was a good teacher from the beginning itself. He had a great impact on the students who admired his principles and values. He became the first Vice President of the India. Who is known as the first Vice President of the India? Dr. S. Radhakrishnan is known as the first Vice President of the India. And the second President of the India. The second President of the India also. His birthday is celebrated the Teachers' Day every year. 5th September. Ask him because he was respecting the teachers, and he is also the good teacher. So we are through the respect. All the people are celebrating the Teachers' Day on 5th September. Which day we are celebrating as a Teachers' Day? 5th September. this and many other great leaders of the India respected and remembered. They were the selfish and noblest work. Many other leaders are there, but some leaders only we are mentioned. Which are the leaders we have mentioned here? Mahatma Gandhi, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Dr. S. Radhakrishnan. Mahatma Gandhi was the father of our nation, and the Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru is known as called the first Prime Minister of the India. First Prime Minister of the India. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose means he was formed as a INA, that means Indian National Army. And Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, he formed in the constitution. He was set up the rules and regulations, and he was written laws, and so he was known as called the father of Indian constitution also. Then we studied about the Dr. S. Radhakrishnan. Radhakrishnan is known as the first second president of our country, and his day we are celebrating the Teachers' Day also, the 5th September. So many other leaders also are there. They were sacrificed their life. So students, all of you study this chapter properly, and also all of you learn all the question answer. I already given the question answer, so all of you by heart it question answer, and this fill in the lines, match the following, choose the correct also. Okay, thank you, have a nice day.